talk. Black community, let the whole room rock. Tell that talk. Real talk, good time, we don't ever stop. Tell that talk. Pull up, tune in, let the truth get.
I might. New mic, new nights, new flame. L. Dot talk, say the name. From the news to the block to the kitchen table. We can laugh, get deep, keep it all stable. I bring the facts, you bring the truth. We talk that life from the grown-up youth. Black voices loud, black joy too. Black pain, black pride, black dreams come through. If the world get heavy, we light it up. If the day feel cold, we warm it up. Say what you mean what you say. We can build, we can break, we can find a way. Tell that talk, yeah. We gon' talk it out, we gon' walk the talk. Tell that talk, tell that talk. Black community, let the whole room rock. Tell that talk, tell that talk. Real talk, good time, we don't never stop. Tell that talk, tell that talk. Pull up, tune in, let the truth get high. Current events on the front page, but I want your voice on the main stage. Politics, policy, and the price of bread. Still we find a way to fill our cups with bread. From barbershop logic to auntie wisdom. From block party joy to the whole damn rhythm. I ask the questions, you keep it plain. We turn shared pain into shared gain. If the world get heavy, we light it up. If the day feel cold, we warm it up. Say what you mean what you say. We can build, we can break, we can find a way. Tell that talk. We gon' talk it out, we gon' walk the talk. Tell that talk, tell that talk. Black community, let the whole room rock. Tell that talk, tell that talk. Real talk, good time, we don't never stop. Tell that talk, tell that talk. Pull up, tune in, let the truth get high. Bring it loud, bring it low. Bring your story to the road. Every seed got a voice in it. Every hurt got a choice in it. We can disagree and still stay close. Still break bread, still roast that post. Still love hard, still shine bright. Still keep it real when we talk all night. Tell that talk. We gon' talk it out, we gon' walk the talk. Tell that talk. Black community, let the whole room rock. Tell that talk. Real talk, good time, we don't ever stop. Tell that talk. Pull up, tune in, let the truth get high. Yeah, I might. New mic, new nights, new flame. L. Dot talk, say the name. From the news to the block to the kitchen table. We can laugh, get deep, keep it all stable. I bring the facts, you bring the truth. We talk that life from the grown-up youth. Black voices loud, black joy too. Black pain, black pride, black dreams come through. If the world get heavy, we light it up. If the day feel cold, we warm it up. Say what you mean what you say. We can build, we can break, we can find a way. Tell that talk, yeah. We gon' talk it out, we gon' walk the talk. Tell that talk, tell that talk. Black community, let the whole room rock. Tell that talk, tell that talk. Real talk, good time, we don't never stop. Tell that talk, tell that talk. Pull up, tune in, let the truth get high. Current events on the front page, but I want your voice on the main stage. Politics, policy, and the price of bread. Still we find a way to fill our cups with bread. From barbershop logic to auntie wisdom. From block party joy to the whole damn rhythm. I ask the questions, you keep it plain. We turn shared pain into shared gain. If the world get heavy, we light it up. If the day feel cold, we warm it up. Say what you mean what you say. We can build, we can break, we can
Scott Free is going live.
Let's go.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Black community, let the whole room ride.
Probably be better if you can hear me. People. Let me make sure I can hear myself.
People, hold on one second. My mic ain't working over here either. Hold on. Oh, it probably would help if it was on over here. Hold on. There we go. Hold on. Hold on one second, guys. Come on, thing. Give me 2 seconds, guys. That's why I'm so late today. I got so much technical shit going on over here. Hold on. All right, so pause that. Come on, thing. It's running too high. Let me cut this off. Hold on one second. I'm gonna cut this off. Give me 2 seconds, guys, and I'll be ready to roll. I'm just gonna cut that out completely. Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to hear. All right, so if you watch it on the L. Scott page on the back end, you're not gonna be able to hear any of the things that we're gonna be playing because I'm gonna have to cut that out. So give me 1 second, and I'll be ready. 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds. And I'll be ready. I promise you guys. Give me 2 seconds. I appreciate the people hanging. Hit the like button on the way. We're going to talk about this in a second. I actually going to tell you guys what's going on. Come on, thing. Come on. We got too much going on over here. Hold on. Come on. Trying to get this thing to pop up, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Here we go. That's what my problem is today. All right. Background. Where you at? Damn, you ain't up here. Yeah, let me do this. Anyways, let's let it roll. Anyways, people, I'll fix this as we go along. Anyways, people, I appreciate you for coming on here. Welcome. As you can see, I'm gonna have all kind of technical issues going on in here, and I don't know what the issue is today, but it is what it is. I appreciate you again for everybody coming in. I am again trying to get this thing to close out so we can go ahead and get this thing started. But she wants to act up today. I know what it is. It's the game that we want to kick. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 more second. I don't want acting. No, yeah, shut it down. Shut her down. There she go. Let me shut her down. Hold on. I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there. I promise you I'm almost there. Come on, thing. So that should help ease that up. So what I had going on, like I said, the background, some of my systems are just crashing today. Normally I start around 2 o'clock, but today it is just all backed up because of this type of stuff. To be honest with you guys, we may have to break this thing into a part 1 and part 2. And the reason why I say that is because so much of this energy has to go to all this technical shit today. I just rather just do it again in a different way. So we may do a part 2 tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Because right now I'm all over the place and I don't even know where we're going to begin or start. But again, I appreciate everybody for coming in. Again, we normally do this around 2 o'clock. Everybody hit the like button when you come in. Hit the follow button when you come on in. I appreciate you again for coming on in. Again, if you watch it on the L. Scott page on TikTok, L. Scott. Yeah, L. Scott page on TikTok, you're not going to probably see, be able to hear, not be able to hear anything if I play anything because, again, the system just crashed. So I digress. So anyways, I appreciate you. But if you want to hear the playback of everything, go over to Scott Free Morning Show. Again, the Scott Free Morning Show. And you'll be able to hear what they hear. That's the main page that we have up here on TikTok. Or you can go to 300 Radio and the number 1 on YouTube as well. Got another page we're streaming on, but we'll worry about that another time. Anyways, hold on 1 second. I may be able to give you guys, because I like to have a little background music going on. I may be able to give you some. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I have it pulled up right up front. I may be able to give it to you, and then we'll still be able to roll with it. Hold on. Yeah. So let me give you a little background music as we go. And then that way, at least you don't be hearing this dead air when it goes on. So, but anyways, guys, back to it. As you can see, you see the title of the show today. Are we pretending or not? I mean, it has been a thing. So many different people have talked about this subject. So many different people have gone back and forth about people lying, things like this. And I'll be honest with you. If I wasn't part of the culture, I would think we were lying because there's so many people, so many detractors, so many people who have gotten into haplogroups and DNA and scientific makeup and bones. And I was like, you guys have gone to great lengths to prove that black folks can't be from here. When I just say, if you just use your common sense from the story that they tell you, none of it makes any sense. It doesn't. And you can't make it make any sense. Hold on, then why did that even take us so goddamn long? This is ridiculous. So, but hold on, I'm gonna see if I can. When it does, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on repeat. Repeat 1. There you go. Whenever it comes on, you guys gonna hear some great music in the background. I don't know if it's ever gonna come the fuck on. So we'll see. Here we go. But anyway, so but what sparked it for me today was this one guy. It's this one guy. he's on TikTok, and there's one fella on TikTok. He has built his whole channel around the fact that black people are just making it up. Black Americans are off of boats, on the boats, and shut up and sit down somewhere. I love TikTok shop. I do. But I'm gonna tell you what it is. It is the fact of I'm gonna say this. For me, I'll give you what my theory is. So like I said, I don't understand it. I don't understand the love affair with the conversation. I don't understand. Like for me, I have never go to Fiji. Never have thought ask a Fijian where they origins from and if or to project onto them what I need them to be. I would never do any of that. For all the people who have now, you know why we hear so much about DNA? Excuse me, guys. We hear so much about DNA is because that's about the last standing peg in the ground they can stand on. And I mean I'm talking about people who are just refusing to look at not only information, old documents, since everybody seems to love their documentation so much. And then the lastly, common sense. See, for me, I'm not so much of a huge fan of so much documentation at some points, especially coming from certain people, because I know these people are deceptive. I know these people will say and do anything. I know they'll make it up as they go along. I've told stories on here before that makes no sense. They absolutely could not be true. But it's in the books. It's in the school books. It's the things that we teach ourselves. We've been taught things that we're teaching our children currently. And none of this stuff is real. None of it is. And so for me, I'm just at a spot to where common sense has to take over before anything else. So as we get into this today, because I ain't gonna hold y'all today, I'm not in the mood. So as we get into this today, I want to, again, rely on a lot of common sense things, but we're gonna use a few numbers. But I'm gonna play a few videos and we're gonna have a conversation about that. And again, so hopefully you guys can ride with me long enough to get that done. Again, I do not know why this little thing did not want to come on, guys. Give me 1 second and I promise you I'll be ready. Is it not plugged in? Is that what it is? Give me 2 seconds. Well, you guys will be all right. Hold on, let me do it again. There we go. Let me do it this way. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be ready. Because I got to pull up the video real quick, too. So, as I pull up the video, and I'm going to play this guy. First and foremost, like I said, he's pretty popular on TikTok. And what I've seen him do is he's had this conversation and he refutes people who have things to say about being native to this soil. And I want to play this video again. No, hold on. Let me make it visible for YouTube. TikTok, you will not be able to see it, but you will be able to hear it unless you're on the backup page. You will not be able to hear anything. I'll try to narrate as much as possible, as long as possible. Hold on. If I can find what the stupid thing is that. There you go. All right. Well, I don't need to even put that up there right now because we're playing it from here. But anyways, here we go. There you go. Should have your background music in there. Hold on 1 second. Again, guys, I appreciate all the people that roll with me today because these technical difficulties got me way behind. I mean, way behind. All right, but that's the best we're going to be able to do for that. Hold on, one more thing. Should have done all this. I did all this once before, but everything got wonky again. So you know how we go when it does that. Hold on, where you go? Where are you? Boom. There you go. Come on, thing. Is that it? All right, enough of that. There we go. Enough of that. Let's go from here. Let's just go. All right, so here's the first video I want to play for you guys right now. Get it up here. My bad. Again, so my apologies, guys. No more stalling. Here we go. Where you go, bitch? There we go. Here's the first video I want to play for you guys. This is the guy from TikTok that I'm talking about.
Why do Native Americans feel like they're native to this land?
Because they are.
You're not native to this land. If you was native to this land, then Ancestry.gov wouldn't show that your ancestors are from Siberia. Matter of fact, you can Google the fucking shit.
Oh, I love TikTok shop, y'all. I do.
Bruh.
Y'all originate from Siberia. Y'all don't come
And again, I want you guys to listen to the fella that's going to come behind her. He's going to refute her.
here, okay?
Okay.
Y'all embarrass us every single time y'all. Now pay close attention to the next part because it's very important. If Native Americans take a DNA test, then they should have DNA cousin matches who are full-blood East Asian or Siberian, just like Black Americans have full-blood African cousin matches, right? Yes or no? The answer is no. The timeline makes the results completely different. Pay attention to it. Considering the fact that Black Americans have been here for 400 years or less, then we will have DNA matches that are 100% African in our DNA match list.
So I played this to play this. So my refute to his refute of the young lady's refute of the people who have stuff to say about red natives. DNA, all those good jazz. See, for me, if you've ever listened to the channel, again, let me slow down. If you've ever listened to the channel before, you know that I preach all the time that you cannot believe these people in any form of fashion because they will lie, cheat, they will steal, they will deceive, they will say anything to be correct. When I decided to dive deep into how DNA testing works, and DNA testing works just like this, they're correct. Do Black Americans and Africans have similar DNA markers? Yes, exact. But you know what? This is the trick bag for them, first and foremost, when it comes to Black people. They basically said any common marker that Black Americans and Africans have in common, they can keep. Any ones that excluded each other or made each other separate from each other, they excluded from the list. I appreciate the fan club. I do. I appreciate, especially with all over the place I am today. So I appreciate the love, guys. We're going to settle in. Things are going to get a little better in a second. Hopefully. So that's first things first. No one never talks about that part. If you do not believe me, go into like 23andMe's you can do a fact check, go to AI, do whatever you need to do to ask them that question. Yes, they will use markers. They have used DNA markers that African Americans, as they say, and they say African people have in common. That is what link us together. But they do not tell you that there are African markers that Black Americans don't have, and there's markers that Black Americans have that Africans don't have that they excluded from the list. Why? Because they said, and I quote damn near, that it did not fit the narrative of what we know it to be, the slave story. When I see this, I have to say, what? Wait a minute. That doesn't, what? That's not the only factor that comes into play. Even when they start talking about DNA testing in the Siberian natives, do you know that the markers that they talk about, they use come from only South America? And it's the whole story behind it. I don't even want to go into it. I tell you, my mind is tired today, but matter of fact, we're going to have to do a part two. We're going to have to do a part two because let me say this. Let me back it up and say this. This is what happened. So I had all these technical shit going on. And then like right now, my notes and everything are not even up here to keep me on track because I like to stay on track. And that's not even up here today. So we're going to definitely have to do a part two. So today, I'm just going to talk common sense until we can move on. Only thing I will say definitively, because I think I remember it, well, let me let him finish. Let me let him finish cooking. I just wanted to stress that DNA part. Let me let him keep.
But Native Americans won't. Pay attention to this next part because 400 years, Black Americans, we have been here. Our DNA still matches those Africans over there in Africa today. So we will share those DNA cousins because we have longer S&Ps. Now, when it comes out to Native Americans, cousins from 15,000 years ago, pay attention. Mm-hmm. The segments are so fragmented by time that they look.
Okay, ironically. Let's go to the next video that he's involved in. Let me hear this next one. I want y'all to hear this next one.
From birth, my daddy, he always wanted to.
Now this is let me give you guys a matter of fact, I can show you guys the caption real quick. So as on YouTube, no, you can't see it. Nobody can see it. My bad. I forgot you guys can't see it. But this is the same fella that's debunking us through DNA, which is a flawed way of looking at it. And again, since we've only been, and I'm gonna say this is common sense, since we've only been 200 to 400 years, why do we need to rely on something that is encoded into our bodies to determine where we're from? Shouldn't we just be able to, since it's so close in history, we should have some commonality, some connection, something. No, they broke that. So that means I'm not part of that anymore. Yes, you are. So you can't have it both ways. But anyway, this is a documentary up here that's about a family, I think, out in the middle of, they had something called like Africa Town or something, but I'm gonna let him tell it himself. But what I'm playing it for is the same fella played this video and he put in the captions, Pretendians, one of me, I'll be Pretendian, Pretendian number one. Me, Pretendian, won't like this documentary, and this is more proof that you are off the plantation. Let's let it ride. I want you guys to hear it, okay? I love TikTok Shop. I do. Let's play it.
Us to be able to talk to our people. Because you have this type of history, your ancestors going to always talk to you.
The way my mother told me, Timothy Mayer, a local businessman, made a bet that after slavery was abolished, that he could still bring Africans into the country. He went and brought them back here and burned the ship to conceal the crime.
It's slowly been erased, and as far as I can remember, it's never been in history books.
All right, so this is a Netflix documentary, and I get where he's going, so I'm letting it keep going. I get what he's saying. It's telling you the history of your folks.
The Mayer family lied to lead people to the wrong area so they wouldn't find the ship.
How should I say this? I don't want the momentum of the story to just be.
But let me say this. The reason why I played that is because of this. There's multiple reasons. One, no one, I don't think this Pretendian number one never said the slave trade never happened. I didn't say that. I'm saying the numbers don't work on how many Negroes are here now. We'll get into that in a few. Versus how many Negroes they say they brought over here and in a time frame. That doesn't make any sense what they're telling me. And we'll get into it. That's one thing that makes no sense. But I'm not saying that this didn't happen. So yes, this can be true. Both can be true. That yes, they brought over enslaved people over here on boats, and then they also enslaved the indigenous folks of this land. Yes, I can say both can be true. See another thing. I don't need you just to give me a documentary saying this. They didn't say this is a documentary of all the stories of black folks. They said this is this family story, this town story. I always say this too. Be leery, guys. I always say this. We can't compartmentalize. Be leery of the same people who will denigrate you in one way, then think they're going to give you something good or truthful or positive in another. What do I mean? Netflix. This is a Netflix documentary. Netflix is the same people who told Hidden Colors. Hidden Colors is one of the most popular documentaries in the underground sector. And hey, well, I say underground, no, globally. Shit, what am I talking about? It's one of the most popular documentaries ever. And I don't think they put it on there. I don't think they would put it on there. I'll give you another thing. I'll give you another example. This is tell you how I know that obviously we're barking up the right tree. And this dude doesn't, instead of just denigrating with your opinions, listen and pay attention. I'll tell you what I mean. Making the thumbnail for this episode, right? I had a little generator make the little thumbnail for it, correct? Do you know as I'm describing in my prompt, it gives me back an error telling me it cannot because it violates community guidelines. I am only saying things like I said, indigenous versus Pretendian, something I gave it. So they're telling you, even this conversation, it goes against their community guideline. Why are you fighting so hard to tell people to stop talking about something that's phony, that's fake, that ain't real? People don't generally do that. It's the same thing I used to always say when that thing came out. Remember everybody go take that thing, ding, ding, ding. You know what I'm talking about? I talk about it all the time. Every time somebody got online and said something like, oh, if you take colloidal silver, you can do this. They say, false information. Oh, if you take this type of false information. Oh, this blue sticker, false information. Why do you feel the need to tell people and then to look? Let's just be honest. Stop playing games with yourself because you ain't playing with me. When I can't use specific words on this platform that we use in everyday life to describe things, and it's the first word that 99% of us are gonna go to first, and you tell me I can't say it, and if I do, I have to lose my platform because I'm bullying somebody or I'm saying something that's against you. What? Why did you remove specific words out of the lexicon? That makes no sense. Unless you're trying to control me. And again, when I look at this information about where we come from and how we get here, it's always such a controlled thing. Now it's a tax. You got people from where you from. Uh-oh. I'm glitching over here now too. Let me pull this chat around because I'm starting to glitch. You know what that means? I'm starting to hit a nerve. Hold on, let me bring it around. I know I'm hitting a nerve now because that thing is glitching. It's okay. Look. hit the like button, share the live. I appreciate you guys for coming in. Definitely do hit the like button. Let me dive. So let me say this. So I think that's one thing that bothers me with that link. That one bothers me to my core because of, again, I am lost all my notes, so we just gonna go through it today. Guys, if you really want a more detailed version of this, come back tomorrow. We'll do it again. Hold on one second. Here's the next video up.
Okay, so I be trying to mind my business, but y'all not letting me.
Now, this young fella, same fella that we dealt with before. And I'm gonna tell you the difference between this young fella now, and I'm gonna tell you the difference between who he ready to deal with. If you've never heard of Ali Muhammad, this brother's very thorough with his information. He's very fact checkable. When he gives you something, he's gonna give you credible sources to go look at and pull it up yourself. So when he comes at this guy like this, what I've learned between these two fellas and this, and I may have to cut this one short because there's a lot of written information and I can't show you guys. So I'm gonna have to narrate. Well, let me just tell you. Well, I'll try to narrate it a little bit. Let me see if I can narrate it for you. Let me keep.
All of this flim flam around genetics, DNA, who are the original Americans?
This is Dr. Ali Muhammad talking, right?
This is an easy thing to answer when you're honest, direct, and clear.
Okay, so we're gonna test that theory and see if you yourself are honest, direct, and clear.
Now, the biggest problem that we're having, especially with the people who look like me, is that they don't read, and in the sense of adequate reading, and then vet the material properly.
Basically, what he's saying, L. Scott Page, when you can't hear nothing but quiet over here, he's basically informing us that people don't do the proper research.
Pretty sure you're talking about your pretending buddies.
Now, this is the first article that came out about Albert Perry, and of course, if you read the article, it's very clear that he says in here that he did not find AO lineage in...
Okay, so I don't want to bore y'all with this one because I've held up the show long enough. Let me just tell you what they basically talk about so I can speed up the process. Because they really get real technical. Dr. Muhammad, he gets very, very technical. Go watch his channel on his own, though. Very good channel. I tried to tag it on the playback. What I love about it is this is what happens. So basically, this is what we're down to. We have gotten people down to nuts and bolts. We are now going for haplogroups. We're going for DNA markers. We're going down for forehead shapes. And what I'm trying to get people to understand is that if we are going to use a known liar's information, you know who we talking about, because that's all we get our information from is the same people who put you in chains. If we're going to trust their information, and that's what the starting point we're going to go to, you're going to have to make it make sense. I'm going to read some of your comments in a second. Let me see. I'm behind here. Hold on one second. I'm way behind. Good God. My bad, people. I'm so behind. Matter of fact, I'm going to come back to it because I'm really cooked. So, let's just go and dive into the numbers. I'm going to tell you guys like this. This is the first thing I always tell people, first things first and foremost. I always did my research. They said it was anywhere from 2 to 7 million indigenous people on this soil when they came in contact with them Europeans. So we're going to use European as a catch-all term. 2 to 7 million of them folks. 1500s. This is what they're telling you. And they're going to tell you by the year 1900 that they had removed all of them all the way down to how many was it? It was like 230,000 of them. 237,000 to be exact. So that's how much you say you wiped out in 400 years. Okay. You said at the same time, you brought in only, at best, 450,000 enslaved people to the United States of America. I need the Caribbean and South American to leave me alone right now. I'm talking to the U.S. Okay? I know about the inflated numbers. I'm just trying to stick with the numbers that known lies have told us. These known lies have told us that they brought in 450,000 in that time frame of 1500 something to 1860 something, even though they were supposed to stop at 1803 or whatever it was. So in turn, they took 450,000 and turned around, and by 2026, it turned into 50 million of us from 450,000 in that time frame. And at the same time, they dwindled them down to 200. Matter of fact, let me back it up because I'll even tell you better. The year 1900, they told us that there were only 237,000 of them bitches in the year 1900. That's on at the year, the turn of the century. 1900 going into the 20th century. They said Native Americans were 237,000. They said Black Americans had ballooned to 8.8 million. Now, that was a lot of fucking. They went from 450,000 to 8 million, they said, by 1900. But from 1900 to now, Black Americans have went from 8 million to 50 million people. Native Americans have went to 2 million people from 227,000. Why they not growing? They got their reparations, they got land set aside, they have all of that. How you telling me somebody grow like that? And it is mathematically impossible to grow them numbers like that. Our birth rates ain't that high. They're high, but they ain't that high. Look, let me get it out your head that the people that throw this out there to you and make you believe it. No, you cannot take a woman's virtue, if you know what I mean. You can't take that so much that you gonna balloon 450,000 to 50 million in that time frame, especially when you mass incarcerated, when you giving the crack. You're not doing all that. You can't. It's impossible. So what I want is either something's amiss or somebody lying. Somebody lying. I need for people to account for those people. I need for people to make this statement and understand this. If 12.5 million enslaved people came from the continent, 12.5, and majority of them went to either South American or the Caribbean, then why is our numbers bigger than the Caribbean by 2 times the amount? How did we accomplish that? Shouldn't they be dwarfed us by 3,000 million by now? If we went from 450 million to 50 million, 450,000 to 50 million, shouldn't they have went from, if you put 8 million went to the Caribbean. 8 million then should be 2 billion now, shouldn't it? See, what I don't think people get is that everything that you see used to be yours, now it ain't yours no more. And what we are relying, and this young fella, and I get him, I understand it. He is using the information that they put in front of you. Let me tell you something else that is happening right now. I caught ChatGPT in a lie earlier today. I was asking her about numbers, about how long sailing boats would go. I take screenshots, pictures of everything that I do, because you can't even trust your computer. So I tell you, I'm doing information. I'm always doing research on it. I don't just talk about this because I think it's popular and I hate myself. None of that's true. No, when I start digging for information, whatever comes out to be true, it is true. I go with it. I don't cherry pick. And as you start digging into this information, you start realizing some of these things just don't make sense no more. So I'm digging in the information, trying to figure out how long boats can sail back and forth from Africa to America. And all of a sudden, the amount of time Google tells me about is changing. Before, it used to be, when I first started Googling this, when I first started researching information on boat sailing, how boats worked, how the size of the boats at the time, what routes they took the whole 9 when it came from Africa to the Americas. Back then, the routes would take anywhere from 3 to 6 months, they said it could take sometimes to get a slave ship across an ocean. And then I remember I did the math on it one time. At that point, it was almost going to be like 36,000 trips had to been done per year to get the amount of people they said over here to the Americas in whole. Every year for like 100 years. Do you know you cannot produce in no colonial times 36,000 wooden boats in Europe when Europe is the size of a parking lot? You can drive to 18 countries in Europe in one day, and all of a sudden they got enough wood to make 36,000 boats to travel that. Oh my God, no. They make all this stuff up, guys. You know this is true. Come on now, kids. All right, so let me keep going. So that's one of the things I always tell people. Again, if you've been here before, and I know some of my regulars are here, they'll tell you too. We talk about the makings of Americas, from the structures that are here, from the time frames that they said they built things. We use math. We use common sense. We understand just because we have same phenotype that we supposed to be cousins. You do realize that all they could do, they could have easily did this. Let me slow down. They could have easily done this. If they was over in East India, enslaving folks and bringing them to the Americas, or they had a few of them, they're bringing them. If they wanted to make you believe that we all came from India, we would all believe we came from India. And they would have East Indians right now telling us, come on, brother, we may be different now, but we're the same. They would be saying it to you because they would tell you that. They would have drilled that story in your head. See, you can't use DNA when people have used the counter. I've seen this. I've watched people. I've seen people in real time, not just on TV, send off DNA of animals and come back and it's 44% Nigerian. These people are making it up. They're doing testing on you. Do you know why you should? Let me side note. Don't your black ass keep sending no DNA to these people and putting your name and information on it. Fuck around and have some immortal cells or something they want in your DNA they want. Oh, they coming for you. You don't gave it to them. Stop it. That's what they do with those DNA. That's what they doing. They test on us. That's how they do. We voluntarily giving them testing and they giving us a freaking story. Again, if black folks were not on this soil, then why the fuck every time they pull one out of the ground is a black person? Because as black people, you keep telling me, and I always say this, you keep telling me that we all got here on a goddamn boat, but for about 40 years, they had a camera and nobody decided to take a freaking picture of one. But I've seen with my own freaking eyes, I have seen Siberian Asians on a boat coming through here through Ellis Island in the 1890s through the 1920s. Don't tell me I ain't seen it when I've seen it. Don't tell me that those same people had to go to Indian schools to learn their language. White people taught them their own freaking language. How is that possible? I say it all the time. You're not going to sit back and act like people who have been here for hundreds of thousands of years, as you tell me, do not have an imprint on the culture which is still America today. It would be all in their culture. No, black folks have stuff that's all in their culture. You telling me the garden tool has more of an imprint on this nation than the people whose soil it is? But you can't find but 8 of them now? Why are they not growing? They get set aside. They get money. They get stuff. Don't let people sit here and act like these people don't get money. Black folks have the 16th largest spending power in the freaking world, and we are coming out of slavery with nothing. Nobody gave you a hand up. Nobody's ever done anything for black folks. These people have gotten reparations, and you mean to tell me they can't grow and they don't have any money to actually learn? Come on now. So I don't need to talk to you about haplogroups, and I don't need to hear about all this shit when I know. I love TikTok shop. Don't calm down. We don't need to discuss things on haplogroups. We don't need to discuss DNA factors. We don't need to. You need to make me make sense. How is it that you take people with loincloth and take them over the water, which had to go through the dead of winter? The Atlantic Ocean is one of the most treacherous, if not the most treacherous waters in the world. You're telling me that seawater with some wood is going across this water and they got loincloth. You are pugning your product, all of it, before they get there. They're going to freeze to death. I appreciate the fan love. I do. I appreciate that. Share the live. Doesn't take nothing just to hit the share button. Let's do that. And I'm not trying to disrespect family members that came off of. I have a slave in my family. I do have one. So that's part of my family lineage. I can definitively say that. See how I can state that without saying, man, I hate myself, let me hide her. No, she's in there. But I have one that I've seen. I can take family lineages back to the 1600s on most of my documentation. I have it all throughout it. But again, you want me to just convince you, you know what it is? This is what it is. When you tell continent that they're your mother earth, motherland, this is mama, and you tell it to them and you tell it to us, yes, they are going to take in it, even though that they are behind you when it comes to so far to modernizing things. And I'm not talking about just income, I'm talking about innovation. Black Americans have innovated so much shit in this world, and I'm not disrespecting other people, but what I'm saying is that I want to tell them, how can we be the child if everyone comes to us? We're not the child. Let me ask you guys, what makes more sense? Let's inflate all these numbers. Let's make it all up as we go along. Let's keep going like that. Or let's just say, let me say it like this. How do you get to do both at the same time? How do I get to put all black people out the ground? all these black folks here, all these black folks got information, all these black folks seeing in their genealogy that they're seeing that their information getting changed from Native or Indian or, as y'all say, pretending, all this into colored, funneled down to the Negro, where we have names of people who have done this to us. How are you saying that at the same time saying people are just making it up? They're giving, mind you, on the most minute level, they are giving people the information in their face. They're showing you where it happened, how it happened, and people from the continent said, no, your DNA says you're my cousin. What? Do you mean the DNA from the Chihuahua that they sent in? The same DNA? That's what you gonna lean on? No, I always say this, and I remember this well before I was any versed in this situation at all. I remember watching people that came from the Caribbean. You know what? And I say this all the time. Haitians, Turks and Caicos, all of them islands out there. The reason why them Negroes look like you black Americans, it is because that was a thing. They was shipping us all around in here, from here to there, from there to here. And before they even came, we had been doing trading with each other. These are kinks. See, again, you guys wasn't here before. If you wasn't here before, definitely hit the like button. We had this conversation a lot, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to get people to wrap their minds around. Get rid of all the information you've ever learned about anything in this world about what you think this soil looked like. It was not. I said this yesterday. So if you start there, you need to understand this is not what they walked up on. Okay? So when I say everybody was doing trading amongst each other within these nations, that means nations were doing trading with each other. And a lot of times these are walled cities. If you do not believe me, go look up. I always tell people the easiest one to see to make you believe it, because they can't even hide it because it's in the name. Go look up the Mobile, Alabama was a walled city that was run by a king named King Tuscaloosa. That's where the Tuscaloosa name comes from. And that name translates in native tongues because Tuscaloosa is a native word. It translates to warrior king, black warrior or some shit like that. But it was basically in the description. He was a very tall brother, they said. So what I'm trying to tell people is right now, all this information is sitting in your face. The same brother would say, no, you made that up. No, brother, no. You're going to keep going back to the DNA, and I'm going to keep giving you story information written. I'm giving you all the information you want to go off. You're going to give me all the white man's information. So I'm giving you all of his stories as there. This is the Soto's writings talked about Tuscaloosa in Alabama. He talked about that. You can't tell me. I've read the stories of how the Gullah Geechee people have been here for centuries. They are not coming out. Look. Let me say another common sense one I always tell people, and it just doesn't make any sense from here. If the Trail of Tears was a bunch of red people and it landed in Oklahoma, how the fuck did that one state get more black cities than anybody else? You want to know why? Because they took their story. Don't you get it? Oklahoma still got a bunch of black cities in there, black towns in there now. But that's the reason. It wasn't just Wall Street. There was so many black towns in Oklahoma because that's where everybody got funneled through that Seminole War, the Negro War. I don't know why you everybody just want to disregard all this information that's sitting you in your face. Look, I get it. They put Tonto on a horse and put him in a movie and say, yeah, and then just went off and did it. I get it. We all saw it. We all believed it. I was an Indian in school in kindergarten. I was. They put me in the little thing. I'm hopping around with a feather in my cap. I get it. Didn't know that these are my folks. I'm just saying, look. This is not people hating on it. This is stop denying the shit that we are all figuring out. Stop just saying you from here. Look, more than anything else, I'm going to tell you just like this. You have no real physical connection to the continent, but they keep trying to make you put that in front of you. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself, with everything that we do now, they got to put somebody in the group with you. Ask yourself why. Why I got to have a rainbow flag go up the same Juneteenth? Why we got to have Ellis Island and Ghana doing it? Why are you doing reenactment and not giving niggas land? Excuse my language, I love TikTok Shop. I love it. See, I think everybody don't get it. You don't ran the game on nigga for so long. Like right now. Somebody could jump in my mention. I do not care. You can tell me how I'm wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about. You can say, oh, I don't care. Because I know what my eyes have seen, I know I've witnessed, and I know what my common fucking sense tells me. And I know you can't keep convincing me that I ain't that. Behave. You want to know, you want to talk about connection? There was, but what about the connection? You know what the connection I say? When I see an African brother and the way that he behaves, I don't see a black American man. When I see a black American man, I don't see an African man. When I see it, I can see people from other places. You can see the difference. You can feel the energy. It's a difference in nature. Same thing you do, you meet a Japanese person and a Chinese person. They are phenotypically the same, but they don't move the same. Taiwanese people are some of the most gracious, nicest, humble. They are servant people. That's what they are. And I don't mean that disrespectful. I mean that they are just really cool, nice people when it comes to them. I'm not saying that they ain't got no fuck on them, because they do. But the culture is, it's like a customer service. It's a wellness environment. That ain't what the fuck China is. China's something totally different. So they keep trying to make black, look, whether you realize it or not, they gonna want big Negro all of us with everything when they want to. Let me show you something I got up here. What did this guy say right here? Let me play something for you guys. Hold on one second. This guy said it best. He was talking about why they replaced black Americans. Hold on. If I can find that. Nope. Oh shit. I don't even think I got it no more. Hold on. But he was talking about how they bring in Nigerians especially to replace black Americans. And this is no shot at Nigerians. I'm just telling you what the fuck they're telling us. That basically they just bring them in because they can control them. They feel like they can control them easier. And that's not my saying. I'm dealing with the white man, and I cannot find it right now. If I can find it, I'll play it. And I'm just telling you people like this, look, that's another thing. Let me stay off of certain groups. I'll just keep it about us. Let me just say this again. I get it. We have nothing comparable to us. See, the reason why the gang works so well on us. Oh, I say it all the time. You must be new here, Sal. What's your name? I can't see it. But yes, I say how they replace us in movies all the time. I did whole episodes. Go watch them on the playback. What I want people to get is that I get it. When you have nothing comparable to what black Americans always tell you their experience is, you can easily discard it that they made it up. No, but we've never experienced that. If we're Scandinavian, we never experienced that. They're making it up. No, the black American experience is something no one ever else experienced. Well, look, let's not even take my feelings. Let's just take the classic paperwork that they like to do. Every group of people that the United States has aggrieved, they pay. They do some type of compensation other than nickels, right? When we have to spend money in Ukraine and we have to spend money in the little hat, I don't even say their name because I know they're gonna do if I take my job. I even say their name, them little hat people. We just giving them money everywhere, None of these people who like to come into space and tell you how wrong you are and how you just want to make it about race, none of them ever complain. They just send their money out freely. But then when it comes to black Americans, you say, hey, you do know yo just got here. Look, again, I always want people to understand. I want you to put air in your chest. Swell it up. If your family is black American, if your family is from this soil, put some air in your chest when these people talking to you, and I'm gonna tell you why. 80% of them just got here. Some of them ain't even been here 100 years yet. And if they are, they just been here 100 years. Remember, 80% of what came out of Europe came after 1890. Side note, that is how I know 20% population out of what they had in about 1940, if they had a 80% drop, ain't no mother way in hell 20% drop. You took out black Americans just by force. Ain't no way you making me believe that. No. That's another story. I always say this. Y'all ever notice these people that say that they conquered the world? They seem to have done that when they said they did it on foot. They had muskets and they always use the word superior weaponry. Superior weaponry means, I can't even talk. Superior weaponry meaning a musket. So they said with a musket, they went all over the world. Now, you remember, they fighting niggas everywhere they go. Everywhere you go, there's gonna be a nigga everywhere you go. And everywhere they went lockstep, these bad motherfuckers, and took them out everywhere, one by one. Now, all this happened with no cameras, no videos, no nothing around. They say it. But since we have camera videos and everything else, what we be doing now is sending bombs. You want to know why? Or if they don't send the bomb, they sending you. Another one of them. That's another one of those stories that when I hear it, I say, ain't no anywhere else this happened this way. No. Not the people of deceivery, not the people of deception, not the people in real time. I always say that. I always get a kick out of the Microphone Check, the documentary. I always get a kick. The man got the people that everybody, not the grassroots, not just black folks, everyone, even in corporate, agrees. These select group of people, these young black folks, all started hip hop. They all agreed. And then proceeded to turn around and say half of it went to Jamaicans and half of it went to the Puerto Ricans because they had some dancers and stuff that were around in the time. And then all of the people who said they started said, no, that's not true. All of them. And then they all went back and forth beefing about this. And I said, they was getting ready to pull the okie doke on you if that movie had never came out and all their writings was going to say Asians contributed to starting hip hop. It would have been a coalition of everything. And you're thinking to yourself, that's how it happens. When Walter Plucker can take your information, you can go and say, where you from? I'm Choctaw. Oh, okay, you're Choctaw. Thank you, sir. You can have a good evening. He's a Negro. And you go away. Then you get to the point where you say, well, I'm Choctaw. They say, well, if you Choctaw, you don't work. We only hire Negroes over here today. Yes, they did that to your people too. They basically bullied them out of wanting to be called what they were as called as being their native tongue as well. I mean, their native group as well. Sorry. So you trying to tell me you gonna bully people, all this other stuff. But again, me, I'm just being a pretendian because I don't want to be African no more. So out of the blue, one day, somebody just decided we won't gonna be that no more. And they kind of like wildfire when people give you information. No. See, I said this before and it bothers my spirit because I hear people that I used to respect, and I'll tell you some of them is like Dr. Umar. I respected him before he went crazy with the school whole situation and everything. But one thing that bothers me well more than even the school is when he calls black Americans that basically are pulling their information. Some of these people are actually finding their roots into these indigenous groups that we come from. And they're showing you in their paperwork, they're finding their families. And then you say, no, you're pretending you're an African. That tells me you're doing either one or two things. And see, for me, I have to lose respect because I don't think that man's an idiot. And I know that you have to do research sometimes because these people lie about everything. So if he's going to basically still call you that, either he's lying and he knows better, which just breaks my heart because you put so much stock into these people that they're going to do right by the community. Mine is, I keep telling people, I don't cherry pick information. Where black people did something wrong, I have to own it. When we did something great, I have to big up it. This should tell you how much they hate. This is how much me pouring positively into black people sounds negative to others. That's how bad it is. I'm not dogging other people when I say the things that we built, the things that makes us great. You should want to pour into your culture. Now, if you in here, you ain't part of the culture and make you feel some type of way, then just fucking go. That's all you got to do. Why you got to throw a shot, knock over a glass, kick over a lamp on your way out? Why you got to do all that? You don't be that way. Again, I see people all the time. I used to always say this back in the early 2020, especially in the 20-teens, especially around 2019, 2020. All you saw was foreign flags flying everywhere on people's profile. I don't even see them no more like that. I remember when it was cool to be something and black, Jamaican and black, Haitian and black. And now it is, nigga, we all black. And I get it. Look, mine is just this. Look. I don't want to get into all of that. I don't get into labels that white people want to call. Like people be like, man, we need to get it on the registry. If we get some on the registry, it needs to be because we get some money behind it. That's one step moving towards getting some. If it's just we getting recognized by white team, I don't care. I want us to understand that more than anything else today, what I want to get across more than anything else is this. I wanted us to understand the reason why. I say it this way. It has to be something different about you because the Americas was something different than every other piece of soil as well. Does India have some greatness about it? Yes, you've seen the Taj Mahal and other things. Does Africa, of course, all those minerals in the ground, those things are amazing. Something about America makes everyone want to come. Now, I say this because of this. Africa has all the resources, but nobody wants to move in really. But America, which y'all say, oh, it's just nothing. It's just some land we wanted to take. Then why did they send everybody? The Dutch, the Portuguese, the British, the Spanish. Everybody named mama just keeps coming over and over. They said the Vikings came through. Everybody and their mama wanted to come here, even today. Do more people leak into the United States or do they leak into other countries? You got to be here. I don't see, but what it is, they've made you believe it's because of them. No, they're here because it was fly. Again, people go to where it's hot. You don't go to where it's just some land. That BS about they came here because they wanted to get away from religious persecution. Who we talking about who's religious? Who? What group of people religious? You know ain't them. They talk out all day long, blows my head off. No, excuse me, I love TikTok shop. You know what I'm saying? It's true. Stop playing. Hit the like button. Stop playing. Hit the like button. But they always give you a story. Again, I always tell you people, what you're getting from these people is just a story. It's a story. It's a story. Tell the story enough time, it becomes true. Put it in your school books enough times that every kid learns it, it's going to be true. Make stage plays about it, it's going to become true. No, the truth is, your black ass is from here. Your family is from here. Your family is all in this ground. Your family is all in this soil. That is why, even down to the fact that they tell you with so many black towns that disappeared and all this, some of those predates these people. We have been producing forever. I'm going to give you a different narrative. I'm going to paint this picture for you guys like no one's ever painted for you of America before. So let me slow walk it as much as I can. I'm off the cuff because I wasn't even going here. All my notes are gone. Again, I want you to remove all of the thoughts you've ever had of this barren land with running buffaloes and teepees and horses. When I say horses, I'm talking about horses. I'm country. Horses. Okay? Let's remove that. Okay, let's remove that thought out your head. And the reason why we know this can't be true, and we're not going to dive deep into it today. You just come back on another day, but I love to talk it. The structures that are here could not have been built. Some of the ones that you see, just a few that are left. And remember, well, I'll get there. There are structures here that predates anything that these people could have produced in the time frame that they did, and it's well too advanced for it to have just been an open land. I'll give you an example. Earlier, I told you about Alabama, Mobile. Mobile, they will tell you, was a wall city. Wall city with over 80 structures that could hold over 1,000 people in each structure. That is a town. That is a city. That is an apartment complex. That is something fly. So explain to me, if they have wall cities that they admit, I can tell you, look it up. If they admit to you that is here in Alabama, why are people running around in teepees and just have buffalo in the field? Why? That don't make no sense. No, they excluded that part of the story. For all of my people who are new here today, I always give you a new game that nobody ever tells you, but it's a good game for you. Gonna go with it. The story don't make no sense. I'm gonna even tell you about the European. Rock with me. If you don't rock with it, you gonna rock with it. Why is it that Europeans that came to America, and 80% of them just got here after 1890, why don't they have a European accent? Jamaicans still have a Irish accent hundreds of years after coming in contact with the Irish people. Why isn't it the way that they have never had a European accent in America? Why isn't it in your old movies when they do reenactments, they never have a European accent? Why ain't Benjamin Franklin have a European accent? Why didn't George Washington and none of these? Why didn't none of them have it? No one ever stops and uses our sense because they just inundate and flood you with the story over and over again. This is what the game is. If I run you with the same story over and over and over again, and then the rest of the time you gotta go to work, you gotta worry about your kids, you gotta make sure your health is in order. You know granddaddy needs some help. You gotta make sure the car go to the shop tomorrow. You ain't got time to think about all this stuff. Don't make no fucking sense. But they made a crucial mistake. This is my hope for the world. People keep saying, well, what are we gonna do? They taking over everything. They are. Hold on. I put up hope and then they put me a puzzle up here. Hold on. This is my hope for the world. This is my hope. My hope for the world is that the people who are running us in the ground is gonna calculate, use AI, run the algorithms, and they're gonna have one variable they're gonna miss. And that one variable that you miss is gonna be the thing that's gonna take black folks from nothing into greatness. That's what, and when I mean greatness, we're gonna finally come from under this subjugation. And I believe it's possible. Like, I get it. I don't think most, like, ask yourself in your personal life. In your personal life, How many times have you been behind the bullet? Light bill due, rent due, something due, and you say, I don't know where I'm getting it from this time. But then you look back 5 years later, you made it through. So what I'm telling people is right now, even though we cannot see where they gonna fuck up, but they gonna fuck up. I'm gonna tell you one of what gave me what restored my hope in that, and restored my belief in that. 2020 was a game. 2020 was a game for some drug company to make some money and for them to plug something into a lot of people's bodies. Now, they're doing it so much now, they're not even asking no more. They're putting it into fruit and vegetables and everything else. That's another story for another day. But when they gave us all that thing and they told the whole world was going to stop until you took it, they wanted that to do that. They backfired on one. In mind, the whole game was to give it to you. The whole game was to get more control because they're taking our freedom. I don't want to sound like I'm the Bilderbergs, and I'm not saying that. I'm telling you, they really are taking your freedoms every day. But they made a mistake. The mistake was you let people go home and think, and they went home and thought, and then here all this information flooded the fucking internet just that fast of all of the lies. Do you realize they sent people home for like 6 months, and all the lies that they have been telling for over 100 and some odd years start unraveling in 6 months? That is why you are under stress, black person, all day, every day. That is why you are seeing more men and women online crying their eyes out about, it's the money, I don't have the money for this, I don't have the time for this, I don't have the time for that, and then they're going and offering themselves. You want to know why? Because if you get time to think, you're going to realize what you live in is all a lie. Again, I tell people I am not a flat earther because I've never been up there. I don't know what's above our head. I know what the Bible originally said. I know what some of the writings in NASA says. I know the BS that they hide. I know the stuff that don't make no fucking sense, but I don't know. We can live on a banana. I don't know. But what I am saying is what we are living on ain't what the fuck they said it is. So my question is, why are you lying? Why can't we know where we at? Why can't we know where our families are from? Why can't you just run with the story? Look, we just came over and punked you, took your stuff, but it used to be yours, but it's ours now. We can't do nothing about it. It ain't like black folks today would, if we found this information out today, if they came out today and said, look, let's just be honest, look, yes, okay, nigga, yeah, we took it from you. Yes, New York, Chicago, San Francisco, y'all built all that. All that was y'all. But we took it all. What you gonna do about it? Ain't nothing we can do about that, unless you ready to go to war. Ain't nobody ready to go to war. But I think the reason they don't do that, because I've heard that argument before from somebody, the reason they don't do that is because they're still trying to hold on to this illusion that they are superior. That is what they always have did. The reason why Jesus has to be white tea, the reason why all of the characters that are in angels that's going to heaven has to look that way. The reason why all the soldiers in the wars and the armies that we celebrate and glorify to this day, because they cherry pick those, if they are white at all. But they like to pick those. Why? Because it gives you subconscious imagery that these people are superior to you. If you ever watched the show Scandal with Kerry Washington when she was bedwetching, it was a good show until she started bedwetching too hard. I don't know if you guys watched, but I loved it. They were a great writer. There was a Black Ops group. It was B36 or some shit like that. There was something. But the guy who led the group, he had psychologically broke down his assassins so much that they would pum anybody in the world, but they wouldn't touch him. B613, there you go. Or 61, you know what I'm saying. So when you saw that right there, he refused to hurt, he wouldn't hurt his own man. That's literally us. That's a psychological breakdown that got on. They know that. See, that's just how I know when they hunt our children like they did with Cyrus Belton or Tamir and Trayvon. They hunt. That's sport. That's game. That's a thrilling jumping. They like that. Like, don't let people fool you just because you don't get up in the night, you don't think about all these real weird thoughts that they don't think that these are not these people. They do. They have groups. And I don't want to go too far because we online, but when you got websites for man-boy love, I love TikTok Shop, and it's open. You got people trying to put legislation together to get this popular. This is the people. Matter of fact, I got some in my list that's crazy like that. Hold on. Was it something crazy I saw like that? I was like, these people are nutball crazy. Always trying to do something. Well, I can tell you anything. Anybody who walking an imaginary dog, you better watch them. And I got a video of that. I can't even play it because y'all guys got to see it to believe it. They do hunt our children. Look, ask yourself this question. Why is it every person, every time you see one of these situations, it's always someone by themselves? Like, for example, I had one of those alleged punings by rope around their neck in my hometown. I think this was last year, and I know this part of town. There's nothing out there, so you don't go. If you from this, you don't come. First and foremost, if you drive to this town, you have to go through somewhere to find this area. They said the man's not from this area, so you don't get to drive through the area, find this area, find this sturdy tree, and do no. But see, my thing isn't the fact I expect them to lie, but my question is this: how do they all know to do it on one accord? Everybody, suicide. No one's going to investigate. Why don't they talk about those? I please say the Jordan fan club. I don't know what it means, but I love it. Makes me feel special. Make me feel special. Jordan fan club. He said, stop protesting. He said, oh my God, did Ted Cruz say that for real? See what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, look. What it is, you live in a space, you live in a world where they've been telling you one thing, but to be true, let's just be honest. Everything that you've been taught is a lie. Let me just go and say it this way. Everything you have been taught is a flat out lie. And I'm not trying to say black people did everything and all things. That's the thing that people do when they try to conflate what I'm saying. I'm trying to be honest with you about put like this. Imagine being part of a group of people who've contributed so much to the world, and at every turn someone says, give me that, let me take that, let me take that, let me take that. And they've done that so much that when you find the information that they leave around for you to find this, they actually act appalled that you think you're going to get your stuff back. Like I always tell people, don't be mad at me because I say I can't put Eminem in my top 5, 10, 20, or 30. Not because I didn't think he was really good at one point. But I also know if we all elevate him like them idiots do in hip hop, if you put him in your top 1, 2, 3 every time, and he ain't that damn good anyway, but if you're gonna put him there, you do know he's gonna become the #1 rapper of all time, and that means he's gonna be the guy who started it all 100, 200 years from now. And your stuff is gonna get lost to history. Black folks have to look. I want to live like the Sentinel Island. The North Sentinel Island people. I don't want to live in the middle of the bush. I ain't say that. What I'm saying is this. Them folks understood something that the rest of the world just don't seem to get. There is no coexisting with people who won't coexist with you. And that's not on us. You cannot tell people that you are subjugating, that they need to do better when you're the one perpetrating everything that's going on. You have to learn to do better. What'd you say in here? We have another. Wait a minute. You said they got a self-deportation area in Miami. But honestly, I always tell people about it. Look, America is something's amazing about this place. Remember, you cannot say, I say this about Africa too. Africa, I say this, and this is no disrespect to Africa. I say this all the time. You do have everything. Africa, when I found out that you can't fly from country to country in Africa, you have to basically go through the man and then go to each country so they can basically track you. That's one. And they're like, what the fuck? That was one. 2, they say majority of the minerals that you need to make this world function at the highest clip comes out of that soil. Means that it's there, but the people of the soil are not utilizing it to the extent that they should be using it. Look, let me say this. Let me go ahead. I'm going to say this. I've been catching, and I don't get in other people's business. That's why, because I want people in our business. I'm going to give you the optics of what it looks like. I'm not on the ground. So if I got this all wrong, my apologies. See, this is the difference between me and other folks when they come and they try to tell us about stuff. I'm just telling you for what it looks like from the outside looking in. What South Africans are doing to the immigrants in their country is crazy as cat shit. Because I'm seeing in one video, y'all are going door to door removing these people. Which black Americans ain't doing that. Now look, who y'all got more smoke with? Black Americans or South Africans? South Africans are forcefully going into people's place and removing y'all, beating people. Black Americans, they ain't touched one person over no FBA name or nothing. But for some reason, we public enemy #1. But I see that in one video. And then in the next video, I'll see they have people, and I've seen this, and this breaks my heart, but they're begging white people for jobs, and they're telling them we're not qualified, but you need to give it to us, but we need this. And I'm thinking, no. Some point, and I don't promote anything crazy, but what I am going to tell you is that at some point you're gonna have to try. We're not trying to get from underneath this. We're all trying to get a better position in it, but we're not trying. We're not trying hard enough as a collective, because if we would have more ground than this. Like black folks right now, I don't know how we can get that off, but black folks don't need to make sure we don't let them monetize nothing else we produce. Like I will tell people this. I know they do. Look, let me take that back. Like I caught this yesterday. I was talking about Jay-Z. They was talking about in the 90s, all of the big rap labels. I'm taking Murder Inc., Def Jam, all the big ones. I'm not sure who was in this coalition. But what I'm getting from it is they all agreed to come together and make one big distribution company themselves, rival all of the big ones. Now, all of the ones they said that was in this deal damn near, so you can pretty much probably figure it out, all got indicted on some type of charge. Now, is that a coincidence? It's always a coincidence. But we know why it happened. And see, my thing is just like this. I wouldn't even complain so much in this country at all if it was an opportunity to have a fair shot to take it. But even though there's no fair shot to have it done, because mind you, big money trumps little money. Hey, what did Mr. Wonderful say? You come up with something amazing, a big company will come in and squash you like a bug. That's what happens. But every so often, a black man or black woman or a black family or something will come through and they'll sneak through Motown. They'll sneak through Cash Money, Def Jam. They'll sneak through, and what they do, they say, I'm just going to squash that. You try to do something with that, we're just going to squash it. And see, in our mind, we thinking it's us. We think, oh man, we just can't hold it. No, there's an active war against you, man. You say what now? You say, did you forget he's half Asian? Who's half Asian? Oh, you talking about Russell? Russell didn't build hip hop, but I'm kidding. He's half Asian. Go Beats. I got you. That's another thing. I don't get this. Look, again, inside Black American culture, there are going to be people from other people's culture. There are going to be people from other nations. There are going to be people from other cultures, period. People from other nationalities. Okay? If I marry a Taiwanese lady and we had a little mixed baby and then my children go off and marry more Taiwanese people, they just got a little nigga was in their family. But ain't nobody gonna say, oh, we Black Americans now, man. No one's saying that. My family's Black American. No, my great-great-grandfather was Black American, but we're Taiwanese. That's what they're gonna say. Everybody gets confused and and I don't like the goalpost moving. Look, just get it. Yeah, I heard about Jay-Z. I heard he blocked that. He told the man with the little hat. Man, they trying to do it, man. Look, I'll even say about Jay-Z. I've never really talked about him. I just say that I have, but I don't really go in heavy. But my whole thing is for him is just this. You can't tell me look, I'm like this. One time something happened, got it. 2 times something happened, that was a strange coincidence. But if shit just keep happening, this shit is planned. See, that's one thing. That's why, like with voting don't work on me no more because, like, I've been an adult for a long time. Being that I've been an adult for a long time, I know now voting don't work because it ain't never worked. Not by itself. You can keep selling me on why it's important, bitch, but you're going to have to give me some results eventually before I'm just going to get tired. So I say that to say this about Jay-Z. Brooklyn started it. Dame them talked about why he sold them out. No, voting don't work. Dame sold them out, then he goes on to the NFL. He crashes that out. We were trying to move there. Target now, he over there with Target. It's like he trying to spike people in the face. Out of all people, somebody should tell you, no, nigga, don't do that. Don't do that deal with Target right now. Not off the bat. Even though, like I said, I thought the Target thing was stupid, but I have my own reason for why I think it's dumb. I'm not a selective outrage person. Mine is we do the thing across the board or we don't do it at all. All these people are crapping on us, not no just DEI. See, that's the Tamika Mowry and bullshit where we gonna pick out whatever's hot in the topic and that's gonna be our new platform. No, black folks getting hurt on every level. When your politician sits in front of your face, this is when you gonna know you got a real nickel standing in front of me. Because if I'm in there, we gonna talk about stuff like this. Politician standing in front of the black family, what do you need? What you want done? You know what she gonna say? Mama gonna say, look, I need to get rid of this second job. Something has to be done about this wage because I need this second job. Then you need to tangibly go work on what she needs so she can go home and cook her family dinner again. Fix this black family. That man, he gonna say to you, look, nigga, look, these rules with this child support just too heavy right now, okay? Y'all taking the brother driver's license, putting him in jail, come out, the bill's still going, I'm going back. I just can't get out. And Deborah, she just done lost her mind. That's what he gonna be. He gonna talk like that, and that dude gonna go down there, he gonna say, we're gonna change some child support laws. And when you start seeing stuff actively like this, changing things like that, then you're gonna know somebody gonna give a fuck about you. But this whole thing where they can stand in front of you and come down to your hood and then still bring up things that come on the news like immigration, You know, immigrants got it just as bad. Nigga, you are in black neighborhoods right now. Black folks want to know why their neighborhood used to have a basketball court with the grass growing up now. They want to know when y'all gonna ease up on all these police officers stopping them in the to come to the South. Police ride out on black folks. We got roadblocks. We get stopped for stupid shit. Everybody you might well say we done all sold some 12 kilos of cocaine the way they come to your traffic stops. You know what I'm talking about. Make us feel like we human when we in this place. Let's bring a job to the city and let's stop so people can be employed again. I really mean bring some jobs. Don't do what they did in Georgia. This is what Georgia did. Georgia pulled the okey doke. This is what they do to us. So Georgia, Taiwan company, I think it was a car company, one of them, decided they paid, Georgia and this company said, I'm gonna bring a factory to Georgia, employ Georgians, and we're gonna help fund your economy if y'all give us like a $6 million tax break. Georgia said, I think it was right outside of Atlanta, Georgia said, cool, bring them in. They brought them in, they gave them a tax break, the whole nine. These people proceeded to bring in Hyundai, there you go. They proceeded to bring in their own fucking workers from their own country illegally and to work in the plant. So not only did we give them tax breaks, meaning we gonna eat these bills, they brought in their own folks. That's what they think of you. And the country knew what was happening. See, me, I don't dive on the immigrant. The immigrant is just saying, the immigrant saw the neon sign, the bat sign that said, welcome all y'all can come here and get set aside. That's all they saw. I'm talking about from Haiti to Nigeria to Venezuela, all them things. They said, come one, come all. That's what they told them. I'm mad at Hyundai. Why there ain't no consequences for them? Because best believe, if black people were smuggling in black people from other countries, smuggling them in and hiring them to work their jobs, so with this low pay, they gonna take you, your mama, your cousin, everybody gonna be on the RICO. Did your uncle know about that? Get him too. But again, we never get outraged about it. We just keep talking about them. I get it. A slick talking ass immigrant need to get talked crazy too, because you should be talking like that. But I am telling you, the system is allowing the same thing with the data centers. We are fighting with the data centers all over the country. People are pissed with the data centers. It is your country that is allowing these people to put these things all over the place, and nobody's addressing it. Again, I am so upset with the CDC that you wanted these folks. I tell you, I am a frequent. I'm in media, so I'm a frequenter of their page. I frequent it all the time to get the pulse of what they're talking about, right? A lot of times I'll be like, what are they talking about over there? I need to know what they're talking about at the CDC. You know what they never talking about? What black folks is talking about. I go to the NAACP Twitter page. I look at their stuff. I see what they got going on. They never talking about anything that's going to support the community. It's always something either boo Trump or some boule meth that they go on a brunch or something like this. But it's always some celebrity shit. Our people are suffering. Look, for me, I scour the internet. When I'm on YouTube, I don't look for things like, I don't look for crazy videos about comedy. I like to see videos of neighborhoods and black towns to see how people are living and see what they got to go through. I need to know what the pulse of my people is because they're not letting us travel like we used to. We're not getting around. Everything costs too much. But I like to know how Mississippi living right now. I need to know that they don't look like there's not a black American left in New York City at all anymore, it feels like. And there's another example. People like to say, I'm full of when I say that black folks are special, but let's be honest. Let's look at it this way. Do we really care about New York like we used to? Remember when New York was the hotness? Everybody want to be in New York. Oh man, you going to New York? Oh man, you going to New York? New York. Now, like, oh, that's New York. It's just high as hell. Yeah, it's rough in the streets. It's so hard out here right now. And what's happening is that even though it's so hard in the streets, people are acting like, we're acting like it's gonna get better. So it's not. You're gonna have to force some people to do something, or we're gonna have to do it for ourselves. And see, for me, people always say I'll never give. I give solutions to them, but I try to get solutions to them. My solution is always this: look, they can't survive. They can't survive without you, and I'm gonna tell you why they can't survive without your ingenuity. A bunch of people who steal. That's a leech. A leech can't survive without something to suck on. And why not suck on the best of what are the best? So what it is they want it to be this. I think what they want black Americans is this. I think they want us, they want to bring in a whole bunch of foreigners to cosplay us out loud because they want to control the image of us. See, you got to remember, look, who's it? Was it? Lily, I didn't say it. You said it, Lily. Okay, I've said it before, but I'm not going to say it today. I just feel different today. Okay, but, so, you stupid. So, I just say, you got me sidetracked today on what you put in there. I swear you did. Hit the like button, share the live. I just feel to people like this. Look, I'm just saying it like this. My solution to everything that's going on right now is either you're gonna have to take what you can from it and then build from there. And I mean, you may have to even go back down to where things are bare bones. I'm talking about food, clothing, and shelter. You see all these people living the van life, right? And you see a lot of people living the van life. They're doing things. And the reason why people are doing that, it is because, well, for one, they can't afford it. But two, they got people who are choosing to do this to have some level of wealth still saved up. It's because, look, there's no quality of life anymore. No one's living anymore. Look, I'm in Atlanta, and nobody's saying this. Now, Atlanta is some of the worst driving in the country. It is backed up 24,000 times a day. Even that has gotten a lot better because people ain't driving as much. People are going point A to point B, and I get it. Gas prices is up the whole nine. I just keep saying this to my people. I keep saying this because I know we pivoted from it. We're gonna get back into that conversation tomorrow again too. I got more detailed notes coming in, but so definitely come and hit the subscribe button if you haven't followed it. That way I can send you a notification, let you know when we're gonna talk about this again. We're gonna get deep and raw into the numbers. But I want black folks to know moving forward though, as of right now, we can't sustain the way the country's going. And I like to think logically. And what I mean when I say we can't sustain it, I mean they can't sustain data centers who are taking all of your fresh drinking water. You can't sustain them taking all of your electricity, and you have like people in small towns having $1,000 and $2,000 and $3,000 light bills for a month. They told Lake Tahoe, if you know about Lake Tahoe, I don't know if y'all know a lot about that, but Lake Tahoe is a little expensive little area for them white people. They done told them they need to find a new energy source because data centers need to use them. People in Utah, and these are white tea areas, Utah. They basically voting on down there where they can put a data center town. The town said nope. They said it's coming anyway. And see, that's what these people are doing. There you go. And see, so what they're doing is this. What you're having is you can't sustain that. You can't sustain an economy that every week I go to the grocery store, the price of some good goes up just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. Mr. Kaleem, you got to tell me what you need before I can call you up there, sir. So if you could go ahead and tell me what you need, put it in the comment section. I'll determine whether I want to call you up or not. The reason why I do that, people, just for total transparency, is because first couple times I did it live, I just let people up, and then obviously they didn't like what I had to say, and they throwing bussy on the screen. I know, and then they giving me strikes. So no, thank you. You said you can't even buy cereal anymore. Good God. And I'm gonna tell you, it's bad. I went to the grocery store the other day. I picked up like 3 or 4 items, and it was like $60-some. Remember when it was a time you could find like a family of 3 or 4, you could probably eat for the month $500 for the month off of food. If you ate, you probably could. I mean, probably would easily do it. You ain't doing 5,000 at this point. Feels like. See. Aldi's I'll eat from now. I'll buy stuff from. Again, 2 people. Let me say to slow down since y'all brought this stuff up. Be mindful of what reading. Look, first and foremost, they line on the packages too, so you can't easily go by that. So like the nutritional facts, they're making it up because remember, they are allowed to put chemicals, things in the stuff, but then they're hiding things inside of that. Classic example: if you see some ice cream on the shelf. First thing, it's not even ice cream. If it says dairy yogurt, like if it says frozen dairy, that means it's not even ice cream. They can't even legally call it ice cream. So if it doesn't say, newsflash, if you go to your frozen section of your grocery store and you pick up some ice cream and it doesn't say ice cream on it and it has something like frozen dessert, frozen custard, something else, it is not ice cream. It's something else. It's not that. But if you get that and they have that up there and it says, say if it has 17 grams of sugar plus an added 17 grams of sugar. Now, that's already 34 grams of sugar. And I don't think people understand what grams mean. Grams mean equals X. Hold on a second. I'm going to tell you right now. Hold on one second. Hold on, guys. Lola Ray, how many teaspoons are in a gram?
That's a bit tricky because it depends on the substance you're measuring.
Okay, let me go and say it this way. Stop talking. Lola Ray, how many teaspoons are in a gram of sugar?
Ah, gotcha. So for granulated sugar, roughly 4 grams is about 1 teaspoon.
So you think of how many teaspoons that has to put in to get just that. Now, but you forget something. Just say it is ice cream. And I'm only saying it to say it. So you already got that amount of sugar. I just want to give you the context of what that sugar looks like. So you get all that amount of sugar. And let me be careful because they don't like you talking about sugar at all. But then you got to think about milk. Milk is laced with nothing but sugar inside the dairy product. So if you're getting a regular ice cream in the shelf, if it is ice cream at all, they even have sugar hidden inside of that dairy as well. So you got even more sugar. So imagine now you ended up maybe 60, 70 grams of sugar for a pint of ice cream, or if half a pint of ice cream. That means you're not eating anything but a bag of sugar. And just imagine you just did it with the ice cream. That has sugar. Your meat has sugar they put into it. You ate anything else, your carbs has sugar in it. You had sweet potatoes that has sugar. You had a regular potato that has sugar in it. You anything that you do, if you had a slice of cake with that has sugar in it. So now you've consumed hundreds of thousands of grams of sugar a day. This is your country telling you it's okay. That ain't gonna do nothing but make you sick. If you want to know why everybody's so beat down, if you want to know why all your entertainers look like they aged overnight, you want to know why? The same reason they went home for COVID. And when they went home at 8. Hollywood shut down, and you got to see the real version of what them people look like when they weren't up there all the time starving themselves. And now we don't get food no more. Like in North Carolina and Georgia, they are allowed to sell us cell clone meat now. It passed legislation now. I think places like Florida and Texas is still selling beef, but there ain't no telling them what they're doing either. So they're telling you now, before long, you know how it used to be you could get a seeded grape and a seedless grape, both of them in there. The seedless cost a little bit cheaper than the seeded, and it was like that. And then eventually it was just all seedless. Welcome to clone meat. You used to go say, man, what did real meat used to taste like? It's going to be a rarity. You're going to see it's going to go away. Why are they doing that? They can own that clone meat. They can produce it in mass numbers, and it makes you sick. They get you coming and they get you going. People, again, I come off like I'm Looney Tune, but I'm going to be honest with you and tell you the truth. These people do not want you here. You are only good for what you can provide. If you can't provide anything for them, they don't want you around. Ask me if I'm telling the truth. I am. I'm going to prove it right now. Can you tell me how many black people on this planet that are really super nasty rich? It ain't but a few. But can you tell me how many you can think off the top of your head right now who is that you know that made a pretty good money for themselves, and ain't somebody over top of them that's making more money off of them? I always tell people, black folks are very good commodities for people, and that's why I wouldn't put my air out in my just like say I heart signs the Scott Free Morning Show for $100 million. Great. Then how much money are they making? They're making the shit done off of me. If I'm generating $100 million for myself, I know they're generating some money off me. We're commodities for people. And that just tells me this, is that we live in a world that has convinced us that you don't supposed to or have to own. Byron Allen, maybe. Yeah, Byron out there owning. He owns, I agree. That's what I say, it's only a handful, few did it. It's only a handful men, and then even with Byron always somewhere suing people. That's also let me know too, something's up with Byron Allen. He do a lot of suing of people and winning. He's won a couple of like big lawsuits in the last few years. And that's unheard of for a black man at his level. This dude's buying the Weather Channel and shit. Come on now. I always tell people, I don't find, like example, I finally found the information, the background on Bob Johnson, and you realize Bob Johnson never really owned BET. That white dude who fronted him the money technically was the owner. Ask me why I say that. If you don't know Bob Johnson's story, Bob Johnson borrowed the money from this white dude. They were together the whole night. They started the whole thing. And basically what it was, as Bob was basically starting BET before it was profitable, this dude was his silent investor. Boom, boom, boom. So he had a percentage of the company. Now, you're going to say they were part owners. It sounds like it, but it wasn't. You know how I know it? Because when the guy wanted to sell the company, he wanted out the company, it was time for Bob to leave the company. Bob can just buy him out. He told Bob, we got to go. You don't own anything. Kevin Hart, I'm partnering with this third disc company. We're going to split my likeness. And then we're going to split this money. No. Kevin Hart, when you mess up, you're going to find out how much you don't own. Because they're going to take your likeness. They're going to tell you everything. They're going to tell you, Kevin Hart, you can't sell your likeness. It's going to be Little Kev the Bastard all over again. His first name is what he's going to have to come out to after they tell you don't own that anymore or any rights to any of it. But you're gonna go into every grocery store. You're gonna go into Rainbow. You're gonna go. You're gonna go into Rugged Warehouse, and they're gonna have Kevin Hart shirts there. His family ain't gonna get a lick of that money. And how I know? Ask Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon, oh, Mr. Wilder now, he owns it all. Mr. CEO. He made one comment that tells the truth that they don't like. Take his company. Come on now. I mean, how many times we got to see it before we realize these people do not own anything? They give us the illusion to keep us striving. They give us the illusion to make us get up every day. If we didn't believe in the illusion, we wouldn't get up every day. We wouldn't keep trying. We wouldn't see young folks trying to be CEOs and all this other stuff. And then just to find out that every time somebody breaks the mold, like example, they'll tell you, nah, y'all just making excuses. Go out and try. Do something like the Zeus Network. The Zeus Network went out and built something. This is a 20-something-year-old man has a whole network. You mean his daddy is one of them little hat people? His daddy owned networks, and all their content is denigrating Black American people, or hell, Black people in general, period. His whole platform is about denigrating Black folks. You think that's how he got it? You show me the guy who's gonna produce the new Cosby Show. You show me the network who's producing a new Different World. You show me the content that picks the culture and moves them to do something positive like they used to say Different World did. Remember this, Different World was on today. HBCU enrollment went through the roof because they saw something they wanted to be themselves at the point. We keep acting like our children can be something that we don't freaking see. Remember, they have removed all positive imageries of Black men. Black women, you are on Grammy Awards and TV shows scissoring other women to wet wop songs. That's what they got y'all doing, telling you special and you do top of the food chain. Tell me, how the fuck are we supposed to get out of that and when we don't exist and y'all wet wopping yourselves? I don't see any women ever wet wopping. I don't see Mei Ling and Chang Wing. They not scissoring on stage and people at the top like yo president to be or try and telling you, oh, this cool. That ain't cool. You wet wop in your bedroom at night. You don't do this shit on stage. And what bad thing, speaking of Different World, I'm gonna tell you how bad. Now, L. said it first. If you ain't heard it yet, I ain't seen a preview or nothing. I don't know the cast or nothing. All I know, just about a couple weeks ago, I heard that they rebooting the show. It's gonna be trash. It's gonna be full of nothing but propaganda. It's gonna be full of nothing but half cast members who ain't even from the United States. I promise you. And you're gonna have a whole bunch of subjects and things that are white tea approved and ain't gonna have nothing like it did in the early 90s. You're not gonna find yourself loving it, feeling it, or any of that. Mark my words. If I'm wrong, I'm flying, I'll eat my words. I'm so hoping I'm wrong. I miss content that I can love on. But I guarantee you that it ain't gonna make nobody have no pride in HBCUs. And I guarantee you they're gonna have some white tea people who are regulars on this cast. They ain't gonna get around it. You said that's the show Insecure. I knew Insecure the same way. And look, let me tell you, Insecure was not a horrible show. I don't think Issa Rae, I don't know what the hat for, but I should have worn my cowboy hat. I'll wear it on Friday for who put that up there. I heart you. I was an Issa Rae. Let me tell you, let me give y'all a little background. So I moved to Atlanta, almost 20 years ago now. When I first touched down, web series were popping up. I was doing stand-up comedy at the time. That's why I came to Atlanta. And I came for a bigger market. And when I got here, I got approached early on about writing. And so I started doing a lot of writing for web series, things like that. So I was heavy into the web series world for a minute. And that's when Issa Rae was doing the awkward Black girl thing. This was supposed to make her pop off. See, what people don't realize, Issa's not talented. Because I remember she had the whole YouTube channel. She was producing other people's shows the whole night. She's not talented. It's just that she has been hand selected even before the awkward Black girl. See, I've realized now what they do. They give each one of these people a platform and a story. And then what they do is they slow ball you into liking them. And then they slow ball you into things that's not so good for your culture. They don't even just do it with foreigners. They did it with Tyler Perry. I tell people all the time, I'm not a Tyler Perry fan like that, but if I was a huge Tyler Perry fan, I would feel very disrespected by him. That man presented himself as like he's a God-fearing, churchly man who wants to just give great content to his people at an affordable rate. And he's been selling y'all nothing but sex, and debauchery ever since. And he's selling, and then every while he'll come back with a deal, say some good game, and then it's debauchery all over again. I give him hell for that, and I give what's her name? I give what's that woman name? God, what's that woman name? What's that woman that used to wear that white shirt and that bun on her head? She was a single. God, she turned into an actress now, but she ain't nothing like this no more. God, what's her name? She was part of the tribute to Prince that was wiggity whack for BET a few years ago before Prince went away from here. God, what is that woman name? But whatever her name is, if somebody in the comments say anything, let me know. But that woman name, I don't like her either because they asked her why did she dress the way that she did and why did she was like, yeah, it's about the art form, it's about the music, it's about that. It's never gonna be about sex. I'm not gonna get into that. I have too many eyes on me. And I was like, I like that about her. And I was like, she declared, even though it was a horrible tribute to Prince, I was like, but I like her. And then turn around and raggedy dude, hold on, somebody said something over there. Then that raggedy motherfucker had something negative to be talking about black folks, then she be running around making girls think, I don't like her. Hold on one second, guys. I'm trying to see. Somebody got a comment over here I'm trying to see. But hold on a second. I'm trying to see it. Hold on. Oh yeah, I'm so behind. I'm sorry, my beloved. I saw that Indian Act. Somebody said we need the Indian Act revised. We do. We need the Indian Act revised. We also need a new Freedoms Bank. We need that again. All Africans in college, they are. Janelle Monáe, boom. Thank you very freaking much. That's what it was. That woman, she sold us on this being this sister girl for the community, loving on. And mind you, I'm not a prude. No, let me go. I'm gonna tell y'all this. I got a few more minutes. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm not a prude. Okay, I'm by far not a prude. I'll go to the strip club. I'm in Atlanta. Who am I? Right? I'm that dude. I'm not gonna do that. I got my higher self and I got a little more self, my lower self. We all have it. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's a time and a place for everything. Like on here, I try to present myself in a fashion that I would want to. If anything ever went viral, I need to be able to stand on whatever the fuck I said. And I do stand on everything that I say on this channel. And I make sure that I don't say nothing crazy that I may be thinking just because I'm thinking it until I flushed it out and know better. Because there's a time and a place for it. Now, I have another podcast. I do a wrestling podcast, right? And the wrestling podcast, my one and only rule there is that everything has to be pertaining to the sport of wrestling, period. I don't care if we're having a conversation about race or we're having a conversation about anything. It still has to be within the confines of wrestling. I know how to do that. Why am I even saying that? So the reason why I do that is because there's a time and a place for everything. And so we're like with Janelle Monáe, and just like a lot of people, it has to be a time and a place. And see, with our culture, we're the only people that told that the Yin Yang twins can come up in a political space and Janelle Monáe, no, I don't want this. No. We have class in our culture. We have a lot of look, they don't highlight the beauty in the class in our culture, but I'm gonna tell you like this. I live in Atlanta. Some things you don't never get to see. Now they love to promote ratchet Atlanta. So you get to see the hood, you get to see the BBLs, you get to see the little YNs running around with the little water bottles terrorizing everybody. I ran into these little niggas. I see them. All this, I seen it all. But what I'm trying to tell you is, even though you see that, there is so much professional black people in this freaking city that are put together, they know how to carry themselves. They don't never promote that. Ever. Those are the people that when we talking politics and things like, these are the people we should be elevating. Bitch, I can put a tie on, take the snapback off. We can go sit there and have a conversation. We can do it without cussing, damn it. Sometimes. But what I'm saying is we got to stop this whole allowing them to take the worst of us just because they keep giving all the funds and income to the lowest form of us, telling us we should pay attention to them, because that's what they're doing. Again, you know, they're not giving money to the comedians and the actors or people who had, like, they were growing into grown men and women like we used to. Like, we got to see Will Smith evolve from the Fresh Prince into Will Smith. We don't get to see that anymore. The person now, like you, and I'm not to denigrate him, but I think of people like Bow Wow. They just watch these people go from the height of their career and they just fall off. And fall off don't mean you go quiet. I'm talking about, why do people, when they fall off now and they go quiet, they go broke, they go crazy, they do say things great. You don't get the Will Smiths of the world. You don't get those people just go off into the sunset. They're hiring some of the craziest people to come to be popular right now. Cause like, I'm be honest with you, somebody explain this to me. And this is no denigration to this young fella at all. Cause obviously he stepped away because they offered him something he didn't want to do. But that Casanat, I don't get it. I do not get. And I sat there and watched all of them adults. I'm watching the Kardashians, to Kevin Hart. I'm watching everybody and their mama go, what's Kurt Franklin over there one time? I'm watching all these people go sit down with this child that don't do nothing but play. And I'm thinking, why are y'all promoting a child? And I'm not telling you that he shouldn't be, but shouldn't it be age appropriate to what he's doing and saying? Why are y'all on there? Were y'all sent to go promote him for a specific reason? Because that's what I believe. I believe when you see people keep popping up in one fashion over and over again, because remember, in this business, that entertainment business, there's thousands of people trying to get one role sometimes. But somehow, some way, the same British dude keep getting the same role over and over again. Don't make sense unless they handpicking people. You saying all that cussing the last movie. Whose movie had all the cussing in it, Donna? Who you talking about? Was it Tyler Perry had a lot of cussing in his movie? I can't even tell you. I don't even know. I'll be honest with you. The only thing I watch Tyler Perry right now, and that's debauchery too. I got the high 707. The only show I watch is that Beauty in Black, and that's in passing. That is. Same thing with Speed. Look, Speed is athletic than a mother. He is. I seen him. I watched him on WrestleMania this year. I don't get him either. Talking about a world tour. I'm like, to do what? To flip? To do some running and flipping? To me, it has. Oh, side note, shit. I should have said that. I saw. Let me see if I got this. Hold on. I may see if I got it. I'm gonna tell you how people like to tell us that we just tripping and the world's equal. It's just we're lazy. Well, if I can find it, I'm gonna show you what the best of us don't get. Hold on. Let me see if it's up here. Nope, I didn't get it. I saw the top, and I thought I had it up there. It was the top list of people, YouTubers, online creators, right? And it was so funny because I'm looking at it, and I thought I saved it, but I don't think it did. If I don't say it, I'll bring it up tomorrow. It was a couple of people. It was a couple of black people in there, and I'm watching, and I'm looking, and I see that like Speed was in there. It was like a black couple in there. The white people will have a small amount of subscribers, and their income will be dwarfing the black person who have a bigger platform and make less money. I said this the other day. I said this yesterday. I'm saying when you go onto YouTube, if you log out of YouTube, just log out and look on the main page, you're gonna be hard pressed to find any melanated people pop up on that screen. Do you know what that tells me? They're not prioritizing your content. Now they'll tell you, no, they're just promoting Mr. Beast because he's so popular. No, he's so popular because you promoted him. How do I know it? There are people in my algorithm and it ain't just YouTube, it's multiple platforms. There's people in my algorithm that I don't subscribe to, that I've never liked that comment, never clicked on that comment, don't look at the comments or nothing, but they'll send that shit to me every day. I have to say I'm not interested for them to stop. And then you mean to tell me that I've used myself as an example? You'll then turn around and tell me, hey, you'll have 10,000 subscribers amongst this on one platform, and then you look at the analytics and you say, well, I showed that video to 2 people. What? You told me that means 10,000 people said, I like this young man's content and I would like to see more of it. Subscribe, follow. And then I look at my analytics and you say, yeah, I just showed it to 2 people. Yeah, the way the algorithm works now. Because and again, it's always an excuse. Yeah, the algorithm works the way what it is that the people, if they don't hover over your stuff for 0.2 seconds, then that means that they're going to think you don't want to see it and they're going to move on. No, that's an excuse. It's a reason why I always say it's a hierarchy. If you are on any social media platform, it's going to be the white T person at the top, always at the top, and will always be at the top. Doesn't matter how great their content is. I've watched people who have janky content to start, and then they evolved into greatness, and then they say, oh, they're just because they got great content. No, they didn't start that way. And then I've seen they'll go from the white T person, and they go to the Asian person, and they're popular. You've seen this all over YouTube as well. Then I say after that, if they want to get into any melanation, they'll say, okay, we need one melanated person and one foreign person. So let me give a white T person. And then if it's a white T person and a melanated person, that's the next hierarchy. Then the next one after that, it has to be same sex. So it needs to be 2 guys and 2 girls. And then in that, it has to be some interracial in that as well. What you're going to see that's going to bring up the real, I promise you, is going to be a black heterosexual family or anything like that on TV, on any creator to be popular. That is, they're going to bring up the rear. Tell me I'm lying. I want you to tell me, you go on YouTube, how many families you know that are all black that are very, very popular? The people that I watch are not even that popular. They would have been considered on their way to being popular maybe 10 years ago, but now they've been so stifled they don't move anymore. But nobody does it. But I can tell you a bunch of interracials. I can tell you a bunch of foreign people. They do that too. I forget that. Oh, they got to bring the foreign ones in too. It's always interracial. Oh yeah, he said experts are only white. that's how they tell you. And look, it'd be so funny. Now look, I'm a practitioner, so a lot of the stuff I do is health related. And when I deal with stuff, it'll be, I'll drop this, like I would class them. I did a whole channel about 2 or 3 years ago where it was just about health. I had a real bad problem with brain fog, and my whole channel was about brain fog. Now I was dropping game on game on game, and then I would watch my video not get any traction at all. Same titles. And then you'll see somebody do a similar video, maybe a year after you produce yours, have 1.2 million views. You be like, same title, same content, and but then they'll say it's just, it's a different time. People wanted to get that. No, that algorithm knows. I'll tell you guys for real. I don't know if y'all were here early, but I'll tell you what happened early today. So the thumbnail for today, I had an AI generate to make that thumbnail. And as I was making that thumbnail, I gave them the prompt that I wanted them to use. And I basically was just saying, look, there's so many people in this world right now are telling Black Americans that they are basically pretendians, or they are basically not the indigenous people to the American soil. I'm paraphrasing what I said to it, but I said, so I need a prompt that basically says, I want to have a conversation with facts and common sense on how, and I said, with facts and common sense that potentially can mean that Black people were indigenous to the soil. Didn't they say, matter of fact, a little bit like say, there could be some common sense things to say that it could potentially be from this soil. Do you know that thing sent me back an error that says it goes against the community guidelines and they can't give it to me? You have to reword it in a different way. So when people say the AI is free to do what it wants, no, the AI still has a programmer. And the programmer still don't want your Black ass to tell the truth. So now that just means that we got a computer now that's gonna hear me just tell them that, and it's gonna compute information 20 times faster than they ever did. Man, the discrimination is gonna be on a billion now with nobody to blame. That's what's ready to happen. But anyways, I digress. People, all I know is that life is pretty hard for the Negroes right about now, and it's probably gonna stay that way for a little while, a little longer, until we do something about to fix it. And if y'all ain't got nothing else y'all want to talk about today, I'm gonna get on out of here. I told you I had a lot of stress today to get this thing started. I'm so behind now. I'm fresh. I need to go take a nap. I do. I need to take a nap. Got some big things coming to the channel. Things we're gonna switch up. But if you hadn't hit the like button, definitely gonna do that. You said, "What's going on, Pimpin'? I appreciate you for coming on in, Mike. I didn't catch your comment either, brother. I'm so sorry. My bad. But I appreciate you for people who did come in today. Again, I know I'm super duper late. I normally do it around 2 o'clock every day. Make sure you come back tomorrow, and definitely on Friday. Friday, I'm gonna have that energy on. And I appreciate you for all showing up. Again, hit the like button. I should have been telling y'all that throughout the show. You know what I'm saying? Because I love TikTok shop. I'll definitely be back later. And I would have come back later today, but again, I am super tired. So maybe tomorrow I'll do 2 shows. But that way, the people who can't catch it early can catch it late. But anyway, let me get my music queued up so I can get on out of here for the day. For the people who have never been here before, we end the show with some of the platform music. 300 Radio is the platform all of my content is on. And we're putting out an album for it. We're not really into music like that. Let me say this and I'll go. The reason why we're adding music to the 300 Radio platform is, for one, okay, it's music. We want to bring real R&B and hip-hop back. That is our music. That is classical films. Not even just that country music, all this, but all the music is going to be performed by Black American artists. The reason why I want to do that again is I want to get back to the point where real music is being played again. And I don't want to wait on someone else to produce it. We can produce it ourselves. So I'm going to have more music shows, things like that. And I always end the episodes with playing just a little bit of the music of the radio, just a little mix. And so I'm going to get that queued up for you guys today. And again, if you like it, share the live even after I'm gone, because I got to step away. And if you like what you hear, definitely do that. Let me see what I got up here. I'm going to start this thing. Let me get the music queued up, people. Give me a second. All right, boom. Well, yeah, bing, pop, bing, right there. All right, let's go right here. Let's see what we at.
Your hands on my back, your breath on my neck, your vision. Staring through the night with a hunger I can't deny. Your love is in my hand.
Sorry, guys. Anyways, guys, you hear the music playing anyway. Let me go get out of here. Look, I'm going to set it up. I appreciate you guys again. Like I said, definitely share the live if you can do it. If you like what you hear again, definitely hit the like button too. I appreciate you for real. All right. And until next time, I'm going to get you out of here, guys. All right. I'm going to catch you later. All right. All right. Peace. Let me get this.
Wrong for this, but it's tugging me in. Rather be with you.
face in the crowd. Rather be with you, rather be with you, oh, rather be with you. But I keep thinking of her. Rather be with you, rather be with you, rather be with you. Still I want a curves and a fire. Rather be with you, rather be with you, oh, rather be with you. But I'm lost in that other girl. Sun leaking through your blinds, she's tangled around your thigh. You pull me back, you sigh. Don't check your phone, just stay inside. Slow kisses down your spine. You press your lips to mine. You bite your lip and smile. Say, take your time, baby, take your time. You trace my name on my skin so slow. Whisper what you crave where the pillows go. You tell me every secret you won't show anyone else, yeah. Keep me in your morning like a habit. Let me give you everything you imagine. Say what you want, I can make it all happen. Right here, right now. We can fall, we can crash and move how you like. I can read every reaction. Your hands on my back, your breath on my neck, your wish in my ear, my promise in your sweat. Keep me in your morning on repeat, on repeat. You pull on my hoodie low, climb on and take control. You paint the rules in gold. Tell me where to kiss, where to go. Your nails on my back, that stains. You hum when you feel that swing. You tell me what it don't blame. I wanna feel you think about me. You turn your face to the side, eyes closed. Remember all the places you wanna go. You tell me what to do in that quiet tone, like a prayer, like a prayer. Yeah, your morning like a habit. Let me give you everything you imagine. Say what you want, I can make it all happen. Right here, right now. We can fall, we can crash and move how you like. I can read every reaction. Your hands on my back, your breath on my neck, your wish in my ear, my promise in your sweat. Keep me in your morning on repeat, on repeat. Yeah, slow grind, sunrise on your face, yeah. I drown in your taste. You say my name, then you say it again, like you're scared that the moment might end. I won't leave this bed, not yet. Got your fantasy mapped in my head. Tell me every little thought you can. I'll turn every single one to flesh. Keep me in your morning like a habit. Let me give you everything you imagine. Say what you want, I can make it all happen. Right here, right now. We can fall, we can crash and move how you like. I can read every reaction. Your hands on my back, your breath on me. Keep me in your morning on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. You said talk slow, I said just breathe. Gold on your collarbone, my hand in your weave. You been in boss mode all week, all grind. I I put your stress out, let me on your time. Skin like velvet, voice like wine. You the best, but say what you mind, yeah. Late night stone cold, you know how this ride go. One hand on the wheel, one hand on your halo. You slide in my logo tee, lip gloss on my seat. Say you love my control when it's just you and me. Late night stone cold, slow burn, can't fold. Every turn that I take, got you losing your halo. You whisper you feel safe with my foot on the gas. Say you love how I move, cause I do it all bad. Dashboard glow, highlight your cheek. You like your little grown, not cute, not sweet. You want text walk, no, highlight your cheek. You like love grown, not cute, not sweet. You don't want text walk, you want doors pulled. You want a man grown, heart and hands full. Talking that talk, but you touch while you speak. I hear your whole past, every word, every street. Say trust ain't cheap, I say bet that. Kiss on your shoulder, you say run it back. Run it back. Now stone cold, you know how this ride go. One hand on the wheel, one hand. You slide in my logo tee, lip gloss on my seat. Say you love my control when it's just you and me. Late night stone cold, slow burn, can't fold. Every turn that I take, got you losing your halo. You whisper you feel safe with my foot on the gas. Say you love how I move, cause I do it all bad. You say don't rush this, I say we still slow. Every mile, every minute, got you deeper in my zone. Your hand over my chain, you trace every link. You say boy, you a problem, I say baby go. Dang, yeah, dang. Late nights don't go, you know how this ride go. One hand on the wheel, one hand on your halo. You slide in my logo tee, lip gloss on my seat. Say you love my control when it's just you and me. Late nights don't cold, slow burn, can't fold. Every turn that I take, got you losing your halo. You whisper you feel safe with my foot on the gas. Say you love how I move, cause I do it all bad, so bad. Door clicks, blinds half closed. You lean back in your leather throne. Late shift, just us two. Paper walls around every truth. You say we should probably head out soon, but your eyes, they stuck on my perfume. Slow steps, I cross the room like I'm walking straight into you. Your tie hangs loose, my jacket's on your chair. Every breath between us thick as air. I'm so close, I feel your every stare. Tell me you don't feel it, feel it. Take me on the steps like a secret. Write your name across my skin, can you see it? Let your hands undo the state we've been in. Turn the surface into some place we can sin. Take me where your rules fall apart. Touch me like you're signing my heart. We don't need a word, just your mouth on mine. Right here, on your time. Clock blinks, red digits. You're pretending that you're still in it. Spreadsheets, cold coffee, but I'm dripping in what you want from me. Your voice drops low when you say my name. You correct the way I spell a phrase. Your hand brushes mine and it lingers, crossing the line. Your cuff rolled up, my pulse is in your palm. Every stolen second losing calm. Tell me that you want it like I want. I'm shaking just to hold it, hold it. Take me on the stairs like a secret. Write your name across my skin, can you see it? Let your hands undo the stay we've been in. Turn the surface
time. Lock the door, kill the lights, let the silence pull us tight. Feel my breath climb up your spine. Tell me that you're crossing every line. Put my wrist on your reports, whisper every hidden thought. Say my name, say it low, say it rough, till I'm coming undone. On your power and your touch. Take me on the stairs like a secret. Write your name across my skin, can you see it? Put your hands undo this day we've been in. Turn the surface into some place we can sing. Take me where we move. Touch me like you're shining. We don't need a word, just your mouth on mine. Right here, on your time. You came with your backpack dreams, fresh fade, cracked phone, white tee. I was clocking in, clocking out, same bus, same stop, same week. We were laughing at being broke, splitting fries, blue plastic seats. You said if I rise, you rise. I believed you instantly. It's that home team love that holds you down, love. We gon' build this up, brick by brick, us hand in hand, heart in heart, baby, we enough. Black queen, black king, that's that home team love. It's that home team love, that everyday love. We gon' run this race, never give us up. Soul to soul, mind to mind, rising from the mud. Black queen, black king, that's that home team love. Oh yeah, you be talking long-term plans, eyes bright, shots on the floor. I'm in my bonnet counting bills. You kiss my neck, say we'll do more. You got my candles in your space, I got your hoodie at my place. 2 accounts and 1 big dream, same last name on everything. It's that home team love. It's that home team love that hold you down, love. We gon' build this up, brick by brick, us hand in hand, heart in heart, baby, we in love. Black queen, black king, that's that home team love. It's that home team love, that everyday love. We gon' run this race, never give us up. Soul to soul, mind to mind, rising from the mud. Black queen, black king, that's that home team love. Ooh, you cover me, I cover you. I feed your mind, you tell the truth. We sign the lease, we sign the deed. We sign our names on legacy. From Sunday dinner to boardroom tables, we matching grace, we matching labels. When I win, you win, we win. Say it again. It's that home team love that holds you down, love. We'll build this up, brick by brick, us hand in hand, heart in heart, baby, we in love. Black queen, black king, that's that home team love. Just that home team love, that everyday love. We gon' run this race, never give us up. Soul to soul, mind to mind, rising from the mud. Black queen, black king, there's that home team love. That home team love. Hey, black queen, black queen, black king, black king, there's that home team love.
You walked in, time bent, red dress, calm scent, menu open, but I ain't reading that fine print. You laugh slow, I say, let's skip to the halfway. We talk weather, but I'm tracing storms on your cafe. I can read your forecast. Sky getting heavy in your glass. We ain't gotta call it anything, just let the clouds roll past. If the night tilts our way and the sunrise runs late, we can blame it on the first night forecast. Say the moon made the mistake. You lean in, close booth, your hand spills the truth. Fingers drawing little maps on my tattoo. We stay soft, sideways, touching worlds in a sideways gaze. Sipping on the small talk till the walls start to misbehave. I can read your forecast. Sky getting heavy in your glass. Oh, yeah. We ain't gotta call it anything, just let the clouds roll past. If the night tilts our way and the sunrise runs late, we can blame it on the first night forecast. Keys in your hand, but you're not ready. Street lights change and we still don't worry. You ask one more song, I say play it where you stay. If the door swings easy, we can say it lost its way. I can read your forecast. Sky getting heavy in your glass. We ain't gotta name this feeling, just let the clouds roll past. If the night tilts our way and the sunrise runs late, we can blame it on the first night forecast. Say the moon made the mistake. Drop your key, same place on my table, like you've always done, like my favorite page, already folded. You lean back on my couch, legs tucked in your corner, and every curve you make feels like handwriting. I remember I've traced it all before. Quiet in the margins, the way you turn a sign to a sentence I can't finish. You're my everyday kind of magic, turning little things into habit. When you're stretching my old sweater, I could wear that feeling forever. You're my quiet, constant habit, soft and slow, I gotta have it. Nothing wild, nothing tragic. You're my everyday kind of magic. Your laugh skips double time like a clock in the kitchen. I pretend I don't hear, but it pulls me every minute. Coffee ring on your lip, you wipe it with your thumb, like you're crossing out a thought you don't want me to stumble on. You write your name in steam on the mirror, half vanished, and every fading line says stay a little longer. You're my everyday kind of magic, turning little things into habit. When you walk in my plain white t-shirt, it fits you better than the pattern I drew first. You're my quiet, constant habit, soft and slow, I gotta have it. Nothing wild, nothing tragic. You're my everyday kind of magic. Your body like a notebook, spine worn, secret safe, every little fold. Familiar still, you turn a brand new page. Your shadow on the hallway wall moves like second hand after second. I swear I've seen this moment, but it still takes my breath every time. You're my everyday kind of magic, turning little things into habit. When you're stretching my old sweater, I could wear that feeling forever. You're my quiet, constant habit, soft and slow. I gotta have it, nothing wild, nothing tragic. You're my everyday kind of magic. Yeah. You're my everyday kind of magic. In the morning, in the static, every touch like automatic. You're my everyday kind of magic. You say you hate the silence, but every time I ask you hide your truth, I'm tired of guessing feelings. Reading between lines you never drew. I know I wasn't perfect, raise my voice inside the echoes of your home. This is the biggest mistake of your life. I gave you chances till it bled me dry. You'll try to call when all your comfort fades to black, but I won't be the one to take you back, take you back. You blame it on your past, yeah. Say it's just the way that you were raised, but healing is a choice. Love, not a story that you tell to stay the same. I own the times I hurt you, try to meet you where your shadows start. You never met me halfway, you just held your secrets to your heart. This is the biggest mistake of your life. You're gonna miss me when you see me get right. When you're alone with every promise that you broke, you'll hear my name inside the echoes of your home. This is the biggest mistake of your life. I gave you chances till it bled me dry. You'll try to call when all your comfort fades to black, but I won't be the one to take you back. One day you'll look in the mirror and finally see what you pushed away. All of the love, all of the patience you never thought could really walk away. I hope you find your answer. I hope you learn to say I was wrong. And by the time your eyes are open, I'll be long gone, I'll be long gone. This is the biggest mistake of your life. You're gonna miss me when you see me get right. When you're alone with every promise that you broke, you'll hear my name inside the echoes of your home. This is the biggest mistake of your life. I gave you chances till it bled me dry. You'll feel the emptiness you swore you'd never taste when you realize you let me walk away. This is the biggest mistake of your life. Say it out loud as I cut these ties. You'll try to run back through that open door someday. Don't be there anyway. Late night, city quiet, hearts loud. You know what time it is. You riding with Rick Grimes, baby. Oh, oh, oh. Seat back, moonlight on your thighs, fingertips tracing every look, every side. Low talk, breath warm